I do think you would like Ace Attorney a lot.
I think I would too.
You would definitely. It's got yaoi in it, which is something
They really
that
like
I've heard
it on Tumblr. They really like Ace Attorney over there.
Oh, I believe it.
It's like a visual novel about boys.
Yeah.
Which is one of that's a cross section of thing that they really like over there.
Visual novels and boys.
Yeah.
People are
Yaoi.
People are always trying to say that boys are discriminated against, but in reality, they just
check out yaoi.
Check out yaoi. Check it out sometime. Huh? I don't see any discrimination there.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Don't comment.
Don't say anything.
I'm very paranoid now.
Why?
Because I feel like we got Maddie has been really fact checking. I feel like. Like Maddie had that one thing a little while ago where she's like, "You guys just fucking lie on the show."
They just
and now every time I say anything,
she said it was something like the ease at which you guys lie.
The ease at which we say things that are untrue.
Yeah, that
and
we
like, the thing
assert
is,
that
like,
things are untrue.
Sometimes we do say stuff with the intention of like it's knowing it's just full of shit.
I believe
right?
everything I say.
But oftentimes that's not the case.
No.
And I don't like being mistruthful, but also like I'm wrong about a lot of stuff, but I don't have time to fact check it on the show. I'm busy talking to Gina.
I at some point it was probably around the point of the women's suffrage movement. I was like,
you stopped caring.
I stopped caring. Yeah, when women.
You really panicked at the time.
I did panic at the time at the idea of women being able to vote when I wasn't aware or something. And me not knowing it.
You panicked. I think at the idea of like
because I thought that
find out that you were confused.
Yeah.
But then since then, I think we've sort of embraced that.
Would?
Like I don't care. I don't know
what
a lot of shit.
What is happening? These
I'm wrong about a bunch of crap.
Are you seeing this, Ilium?
Are you okay?
I'm kind of fucking scared. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
There's dogs.
There are dogs. Pretty good dogs.
Wait,
Ow.
those are bears.
Yeah, I
got confused.
I just kind of rolled with it. I wasn't sure where you were seeing dogs, but I was like, there's probably dogs. I'll just agree with her.
I was confused about the
Ow. I feel like this game got harder.
We're on like the second to last level.
Yeah. Ow.
Ow.
I think this one's number 4 though. I think I did the 5th one.
Oh, we did it out of order?
Yeah, we did them out of order.
That's cringe, bro.
Sorry.
They're gonna get us.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry for being cringe. Ooh.
Guys, I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but I'm scared.
I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but I'm literally fucking freaking out. Right now. And I am having a panic attack.
Guys, I don't want to scare you, but I'm...
Luppy.
Lucky.
Yeah! I got the bonus stage!
You did it!
Oh, it's different.
Oh.
Oh,
this is pretty cool. It's balloons, Al.
It is balloons.
Do you know about balloons?
Whoa. Wait, tell me more.
So it's a little piece of, I don't know, they made of rubber.
Yo,
they inflate them up.
Took a bite of gum.
They inflate them full of, helium, Al. And helium, the thing about helium that you might not know is that it's lighter than air.
Oh!
And therefore, the thin plastic floats.
I see.
It's sort of an interesting trick that mankind invented.
You know how sometimes people in One Piece eat fruit and then they're part like lava?
Yes.
Or like water?
Yeah.
What is the grossest thing someone to become?
Like
cum? They ate the cum fruit?
No, I don't think that's happened yet.
Okay. Not yet?
There's some...
Is Oda cooking that one up?
I don't know. So some of the zoans are kind of gross. Like the animal people have some kind of...
Yeah.
Some of like the half human, half animal forms are pretty nasty looking.
Has there ever been a half centaur, half man?
I'm sure there has.
Where he's like a quarter centaur or quarter horse.
I don't know if there's ever been that. I think there might be someone who's like
Season
half
12.
horse.
That's just a centaur.
What do you think of centaurs, Al?
I
think they're one of those scarier fantasy
Yeah,
creatures.
I guess I'm not super hot on centaurs. There's a lot of things I don't love about them.
Name a couple of qualities.
So I don't really love the fact that they are like the, you know, so we're talking about centaurs like human torso, and then the rest is pig or horse or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like
Horse, not pig.
horse.
Just
like
horse.
so it's
Thank
like
you.
it's like they eat, but then they like shit like a horse, and I don't love the thought of that. I feel
So
like
the thing that you're upset about, too, let's be clear here. The thing that is upsetting you about a centaur is the idea that they eat out of a human mouth, but then they shit
like a
out
horse.
of a horse.
And it's
shit
like,
out of a horse's
well, do they
ass.
eat like what is it, like carrots and hay, or is it like normal food?
And you eat carrots sometimes, right?
But not like a horse.
I guess.
And how do they, so like, they're mammals, right?
Yeah.
So they
Yes.
would give live birth?
Yeah.
And
That's what
would the
horses
little-
do too, buddy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, duh.
You think
Like-
you think that horses lay eggs out?
Well, no! No. What I meant is, like, horses, when the horses are born, they're full horses, right?
Yeah.
It's like a full horse. Like, they come out and they can stand up and they're just a horse. It's like cows. But
Yeah,
when
they
a
come out
human
fully-
is born,
fully
we're-
ready to go.
when a human is born, we're fucking worthless for like 7 years. So when a centaur baby is born, like what? Is it like a shitty little infant that's like on like a full horse belly? You know? Like what's a baby newborn centaur look like?
You want to know what a newborn centaur looks like?
Yeah.
I am not looking that up. I'm just being honest.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair.
I will not look up centaur giving birth.
Centaur giving birth.
Not now, not ever. You
I
have
like,
my word.
you know what I like? You know what? I might not like centaurs, but you know what I do like?
What?
Andalites.
Ooh.
Andalites are the alien critters from Animorphs. They're centaur-like, right? Like, but they're all blue. And instead of normal eyes, they have like eyeball stalks on their head, which is fun.
Okay.
And then, in addition to that, they also have a scorpion tail. And also they talk in their mind. They can like thought speak at you. And also they don't have mouths. And the way
They're kind of really scary.
Or did you look one up?
I did, yes.
Yes, and the way that they eat is they don't have mouths, so they can't eat. So instead, their hooves have like they absorb nutrients in the ground through their hooves.
That is disconcerting.
They're Andalites. The main Andalite was called his name was Axe. He was Tobias's best friend because they were both little freaks. I mean that in like, because Tobias was a human. Ellie, what do you know about Animorphs?
Next to nothing except for the fact that it's about the horrors of war.
Oh, fuck yes. Okay, guys, welcome to Alec Talks About Animorphs.
Okay.
So Animorphs is all about these like 5 kids who get an alien crash lands on their ship. It's an Andalite, right? And he gives them the power to morph. Okay, and the way that you morph is that you touch an animal and you absorb its DNA into yours.
That makes sense.
And it's a soothing process. So usually the animal will like pass out for a bit or like get really relaxed. And then you can morph into that animal for upwards of 2 hours. If you pass the 2-hour mark while you're morphed, you are stuck that way.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so, and you take them as they are, which means that you can totally, like, if you were to do that to Cat, right? To your little dog.
My dog.
Your dog, you would become Cat. You wouldn't just become a dog. You would become Cat.
Okay.
Which means you can also do it to people. You could just become people.
You could become like the president?
Yeah, you could become anyone you wanted.
Okay.
Anyway, Tobias was early on. Tobias, he's this like, really poor kid. Comes from a bad home, but he's really nice. He's really sweet. He's a real good guy. Anyway, early on, he ends up passing out while in red-tailed hawk form. He gets knocked out and he gets stuck as a red-tailed hawk.
Oh no!
And while you're morphed, you can shut up. While you're morphed, you can do like thought speak to people. You can talk in people's brains. So even though he was a hawk forever, he was able to still like talk to people. Anyway, a few books after that happened, Tobias God came to Tobias, and God had him do a trial or something, and Tobias did really good job, and so he took him back. He gave him like a choice to like, he took him back in time to meet his younger self, right? Like only a few months before the incident, and he absorbed his own self. He gained the ability to morph again. But
back into himself?
And so he's able to morph back into himself, but his true form is the hawk.
But couldn't he just become himself for...
He could become himself again, but then he would lose the ability to morph. And so he
wanted instead he's just a full-time hawk.
And he wanted to keep the ability to morph because it was important for the war, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so even though it was tempting to just like say like I am gonna be a human now again, he chose to stay a hawk, and it's just every now and then gets to be a boy again.
He's like, hey.
And he forms a really tight friendship with Axe, who is the other Andalite that shows up. Axe has a human form that he becomes every now and then. That he morphs into. And it's very overstimulating for him, because when he's human, he all of a sudden has the sense of taste, which isn't a taste he had as a Andalite, because on account of the no mouth. And so he gets like very overstimulated by food, which leads to funny stuff happening.
He's stressed about it.
He gets it's more like he like freaks out when like cinnamon is involved.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Anyway,
I guess if I couldn't taste anything and I tasted cinnamon, I would be like, what the hell?
It's a pretty intense flavor.
Why is it spicy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like ate cigarette butts at one point just because it was something. It was a sensation he never had before. And he was like, this is terrible, and he just kept eating it.
That is terrible. I wouldn't do that. That's not advisable.
Tobias was the hawk guy, and he was one of my favorite. He was my favorite character. There was a whole lot of books about him, in particular, because he was a hawk. There was like
which is a cool kind of creature to be.
It is a cool creature to be, but the books dealt with the fact that like he's a hawk. His friends brought him human food to eat, but he's still a hawk, and he had the urges to hunt. And so he like got like mentally fucked up because he started hunting and he didn't like it. But like he couldn't like stop it and stuff, and he had to like come to terms with like that whole thing. It was really cool.
Animorphs? I never wanted to read it as a kid because I was scared of the covers of the books.
The book covers are kind of freaky. No, you're right.
I was a Goosebumps kid.
Goosebumps is scarier than Animorphs.
Yeah, but it was scary in a different way.
Yeah.
It was meant to be scary. Animorphs, I didn't know if it was meant to be scary.
I guess in some ways that does make it scarier, right? When something's not supposed to be scary, but it's still scary.
It's like, why is it scary? It's like how everyone makes videos that are like top 10 dark secrets about Mario 64
Rugrats.
Or whatever.
You're like, okay.
Top 10 dark Rugrats secrets. You think that Rugrats is a kind and happy TV show, but actually it has a dark secret.
All the babies are fucking dead?
Yeah.
Angelica
I remember. I remember fucking like Rugrats creepypasta. I remember I'm dating my youngness / oldness, depending on how old you are, I guess. The audience member listening. I remember in like middle school, on the bus, someone was like reading the Rugrats creepypasta, and it was freaking everyone out.
Specifically the Rugrats creepypasta?
Yeah, it's the Rugrats theory, where it's like Angelica was like the babies were all
Twisted?
dead, and she was just remembering them,
Oh my God.
and she invented them in her mind.
I
She
actually
was
don't like
addicted
that.
to drugs
I actually don't like
or
that.
something.
What you said right now, I don't like that.
It's scary stuff. But I remember
Pretty
someone was reading it on the
scary
bus, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's so dark," and we all believed it. We're like, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
is that really what the Rugrats is about?"
I hate stuff like that. I hate, like, the fucking dumb theory, like, this is actually they're in a coma, or they're dying.
Ash Ketchum was in a coma, and Pikachu electrocuted him, and he's dreaming of his adventures with the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's so...
He crashed his bike, and now he's dreaming that he's a Pokemon master, but actually he's just a kid in a coma.
Yeah.
And that's what Pokemon is about. Isn't that dark?
There's a very popular theory that about Final Fantasy VIII that Squall died in, like, the end
Squall,
of Disc
no.
1. And the
Who's
whole
that?
game. Oh, it's Leon's brother.
Oh, okay.
They look alike.
That explains why he's so emo.
Yeah.